I've been hearing from everybody how awesome the Power Probe is and that I had to have one, and that's all the excuse for me to feel and evaluate that I need to have one. So I went online, I found the best deal I could. I always like to get the latest and greatest so you don't regret that you don't have the features of the new one on the one that you have. So I waited until the Power Probe 3 came out and found a good deal online. I picked it up for $100, and so here it is, folks. This is what I've been using. I've got a 20-foot long speaker wire that I made into jumper cables, and it works pretty good. I can even use it inside the car. I got to incorporate a little bit of electrical tape to protect it. I get power off of this, which is just like an old adapter that I had picked up for free. This I picked up for free when I was working at the dealership. We'd take all the sound systems out of cars as they came in, just make them back to stock. And so anyway, just put some alligator clips. I was like $3. Got a power tester. This is a circuit tester. A lot of you guys already know how this works, but basically you can just hook it up to a battery or a ground. Say for example I want to hook it up to ground on the alternator. Then everywhere there's power, bam, it'll light up. Hook it to something power, and then anything ground, bam, it'll light up. So that enables you to be able to see if there's current. And it works pretty good. This whole setup with all of this and a Harbor Freight multimeter. Now, there's a lot of stuff that you can't do with the Power Probe, but as far as knowing what the voltage is on the Power Probe 3, you know, I could always go to DC 20, switch it on, and be able to see what the voltage is. So that's my setup that I've been using since the dawn of time, and it's been working pretty good. Total cost on all that's under $20. So the Power Probe for $100 and getting it cheap. Oh, and also the Power Probe has a flashlight, so you'd have to throw in a cheap Chinese flashlight. I just bought some new ones from Costco. We'll see how they go. Tech lights, a little early to say. They seem to be pretty good. They seem to be plenty bright, but when you go to turn them off, it goes brighter, and then flash, and then cycle through. Or you have to hold it down. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's a different review. But what this does, more to this, when you open the box, I just got the basic setup. You open it and it's got a little thing saying you forgot to get the little hook poker deal, and you forgot to get these other attachments for it. And then it also has instructions that tell you how and what and how things are to be done. It comes with a little power outlet, just like the one that I had here. But this plugs in neatly, no need to tape it each time, you just plug it in and rock it. And basically what this enables you to do is you can go through and you can test circuits. For example, if you go to something, look at the little sign that's right here. If I go to something that's ground, see how it lit up green? And if I go to something that's power or that's hot, see how that lit up red? Blink, 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 just like Rudolph's nose. So anyway, say I want to apply power through this. See how it says a positive on the rocker switch? So now I'm applying 12.6 volts out the end of this thing. Now what happens if I go to apply power? See, I've got it lit up power, I'm holding the thing down, and then I touch something ground. Be careful you're not blocking the circuit breaker. But basically you go like that, and then it says C8, which is a B, but circuit breaker. So you go to the side of it, you push the circuit breaker back in, and then you're ready to rock again. Or if you want to apply ground to power, click, circuit breaker blows. So that way it gives you a little protection. I don't know how amazing, awesome, perfect it is. I had a little trouble setting. But okay, so you go to here and you go on there. My battery voltage is 12.5. I'm not pushing anything down. If you push power while you're on the power, just like that. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. As I was holding it, I was covering the circuit breaker and not allowing it to trip. I'd probably put the circuit breaker, if I were them, I'd put it up here or somewhere out of the way where it's not, you know, it's like an ergonomic thumb spot or something. I don't know. I was holding it like this and it covered it up. So anyway, that's the way that works. Now say you've got something you want to test and you want to run power and ground. We'll take a look at this. Oh, also it comes with a bajillion feet of extension cord, you know, so that you can test on one end of the limousine to the other, because this is like plenty. This is like tons, and then you've got even more so you can be working on a trailer and send power to the lights or something. This also, you just have to have a battery separate. You can just have it sitting next to the trailer on the ground. It's got a negative port like this. I'll probably incorporate this with you know, those dissection pins that I use to back probe with. But you've got this so that you can send ground to something, and then you've got this that you can send power to it. So let's try it out and see how it works. I've got a little candidate right here. So I'm supposed to run power to that pin right there and then ground to the other. You guys horny? I'm horny. Take this. What do you think I was talking about? I mean, like car horns. Gosh, you guys are such pervs. Okay, so I run this to here. It says that it's ground, and then I hit the rocker switch. So that's a great way to test components. The dog thinks so too. Did you hear her piping up? You tell him, Casey. Atta girl. So that's the Power Probe 3 in a nutshell, and those lights are on all the time that you're hooked up, so, and they're LED, so they're not very power consuming. The idea behind these is that when you're going to different wires and you got your wire diagram in one hand that says do the orange and a green and orange wire, and you've got another wire that's green and red, you can tell the difference between the green orange and the green red. So anyway, that's pretty cool. You can do an alternator test with this just by holding down the button. You get your beginning voltage of 12.5 and then start the vehicle, and you know, just hook to the battery. And then after the vehicle gets running, it'll say, you know, like 14.1 or 14.5, and you can test your alternator that way. So, or like I say, if you have a battery sitting next to a trailer, you don't even got to hook the trailer up. It talks about that in the little booklet, but basically because you can send power and ground through the trailer, both of them, because you got this little, and you can do a little slide thing there to make that get out of the way. Hey, get out of here, you know, kind of thing. So it's a pretty slick little tool. It's a little bit on the spendy side. It's $100. I would definitely put this in a different location. I think that's kind of a bad, I mean, it'd be worse if it were, you know, like some other kind of crazy place, you know, like here would be worse, here would be worse, but this is pretty bad. Pretty bad placement, but it is quick to get to, so depending on if you're a NASCAR guy doing electronics or something, no, get it the heck out of the way, put it up here. So anyway, that's my review of the Power Probe 3. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, be sure to click the subscribe button. It's a gray button above my head. If you have any questions, comments, or some feedback for me, stick it in the comments below. If you want to save this and be able to get to it later, there's going to be a lot of these reviews on this tool, so click the add to down arrow favorites and you can add it to your favorites and get to it easy. Click thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter which one you click, they both help. So to those 3 people that click thumbs down every single time, I think I know who you are. I'm starting to figure it out, but it's fine, it's cool. Click it, I don't care, it's good. Cheers.